Morning Torrington. I'm Eric Stark.
And I'm Crystal Albers. It's Thursday, August 31st.
And you're watching Torrington Today.
Well, in yesterday's paper you can read all about the C-Tech dedication up at the college. Everyone's real excited about that building. We had Matt Mead here, as well as a few other dignitaries, so that's pretty exciting. We also have a story about Sarik's open house, as well as a few other things going on. The high school assessment results for ACT and the ACT Aspire were released earlier this month, and Goshen County scored slightly lower than state averages, but it's pretty much even with state averages, and Lingle actually saw an increase in ACT scores, so they were going to celebrate that.
That's a step in the right direction.
Yes. And then tomorrow's paper, you can read about Sunrise is planning to celebrate their 100 years, their YMCA there, I guess. I'll talk about that more in upcoming events. Also, we have probably the Colt Wilson Coast Guard story. He's a Southeast graduate that's been stationed in Alaska, Sitka, Alaska. A lot of times they don't have power up there, or they're living off the land sometimes, so it's pretty interesting. I think that's about... We've got a lot more, but you just have to check it out. It's going to be a surprise for you.
You can't give them all of it.
No, I can't tell you everything.
Well, in sports, as I've been saying the past couple weeks, fall sports are on their way, and now I think it's official to say that fall sports are here. In yesterday's paper, you can read about everything that happened over the weekend between week 0 scrimmages. Both Torrington and Southeast football were down in Yoder, and Lingle was up at Midwest, getting the pads cracking to start the season. And then all 4 volleyball teams were in tournament action. Lingle hosted their own invitational on Friday, and then Southeast and Torrington were up in Douglas for Friday and Saturday. And Southeast actually finished 4th out of 12 teams there, so it was a pretty good weekend for them. And EWC volleyball was in Council Bluffs, Iowa.
Wow, that's
for a tournament.
A jaunt.
Yes, they faced some pretty tough competition there. 3 of their 4 games came against teams that were ranked in the top 10 in the country.
Wow.
So it was some tough games, I'll say that. In tomorrow's paper, you can read more about fall sports. What else? On Tuesday night, Lingle, Fort Laramie, and Southeast played their first of 2 volleyball matchups for this fall season. Southeast came out on the winning end. They won in 3 sets. So you can read about that in tomorrow's paper. You can also read about Kirk Kay. He's a Southeast junior high student, and he was selected for a baseball academy camp down in Mesa, Arizona in November. So he'll be heading down there in November, and there's going to be former MLB players there, and some possible pro scouts.
Wow.
Guys that'll help him get his baseball game in better shape. And, I mean, he's only in 8th grade, so he's got a little more time to figure it out, but he's getting an early start.
Sounds good. All right, well, are you done with sports?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Okay.
If that wasn't enough.
Yes, I was going to say. All right, in upcoming events, like I said, Sunrise YMCA is celebrating its 100th year. There's going to be, I'm looking down on the paper if you're wondering, but there's going to be a street dance. They're going to be hitting golf balls into a glory hole. It's just a day full of events. I hear free root beer floats. Everything's free. So if you got some time, head over to Sunrise and enjoy the festivities. They'll probably play the song YMCA once or twice.
Well, that does sound enticing.
Yeah, that makes it worth it. No, all of it makes it worth it. So.
Well, you have other time when you're not heading to Sunrise. There's plenty of sports to be attended this weekend. Tonight, Lingle Fort Laramie has a home volleyball game, and then tomorrow, football. Week 1 is here for high school football. All 3 schools are at home. The Doggers play at 3, and both Southeast and Torrington play at 7. But if you're torn of which game to go to, Southeast game is their homecoming game. It's the first game of the year, and it's homecoming already.
That's crazy.
That might sway you towards Southeast or away from Southeast. I guess it depends on what you're looking for.
Yeah.
So be sure to put those on your calendar, and then on Saturday, it's kind of a slow Saturday, to be honest, with all fall sports kicking into gear, but tennis is the only the only team here in town on Saturday, and that'll be Saturday morning at 11. So it's, like I said, it's kind of a slow Saturday here in town. But then all weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, there will be barrel racing, breakaway roping, and goat tying all at the fairgrounds. So if you haven't gotten enough rodeo action over the summer, you can head out there and catch up on some more rodeo action before we hit the off season. In weather, I can't believe tomorrow we're turning the calendar into September.
Yes.
It's not really feeling exactly like September. Today's high is 89. Tomorrow we're looking at 91, and then Saturday we're at 94. Sunday, you might want to stay inside. It's 98. So that's not ideal, especially for September conditions, but what can you do?
Fortunately, I think the pools are still open for a while yet, so you should be able to get a quick dip in if you need to.
Well, there you have it, Torrington. We're almost to September, but it might be a little while before we feel like September. I'm Eric Stark.
And I'm Crystal Albers.
And you've been watching Torrington Today.